3.
Man.
Oh, yeah, man. We back. Hold on. Turn this down. Turn that down. Turn that down. I want to be too loud in y'all ear. We back for week 3 for Bears Weekly with Jay and David. I was hoping we was going to get us a victory Monday, but we didn't. But I came away with I watched the game again. I got some different thoughts. I'm still fuming about some things. I'm pretty sure you are. But before we get into all that, man, how was your weekend? How was your
Week
Monday?
the weekend was great. Sunday I was in such a bad mood after that Bears loss that Melissa was over here. Is there anything I can do to cheer you up? Can we hang out? And I'm just like, just let me watch the 3 o'clock games. Let me figure it out and process
Yeah.
it. Right, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
process it. Um, I felt a lot more optimistic this morning when I woke up.
Yeah.
Kind of slept on everything.
Yeah.
Um, it's very easy. Now I know how DJ Moore felt last week, and he was pissed as hell on the
Pissed.
sidelines.
He was.
And kind of got to be a little more level headed a day or two later.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely feel like that right now. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I had a good weekend, man. I'm glad. Like I was actually supposed to work Premier League Fest yesterday, but that rain, I'm not doing that.
Mm-mm.
So that was a perfect day for me to like sit back and watch football, like with no problem. Like it was raining outside. I got to watch football, so that was fun. So it was a good weekend though, man. It was nothing. Then I did do some work, but I was chilling.
Nice.
It was a good sports weekend, college football, some news. Before we get started, a lot of y'all don't know. For those who don't know, me and David are baseball fans, and we are Cub fans. And it was some news. It was some news this weekend. It didn't really involve the Cubs, but it was a player again on the other team. CJ Abrams got he got caught gambling at the new casino in the Loop here to 8 in the fucking morning.
I did not know the full magnitude of that story. I knew he was at a casino until 8 a.m. I'll be honest, I've been checked out of the Cubs since the football season has
No, I
started.
hear
I'm
you.
like, they're a lost cause right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Um, but I knew he was at a casino until 8 a.m. He was in Chicago. I did not realize that.
Yeah, so Thursday when they came into town, so I guess Thursday night he went down to the casino and apparently he was seen leaving at 8 in the morning. You know, on Fridays, what we do on Fridays, 1:20.
Yeah, yeah,
So he got demoted, and a lot of people are like, "Man, for gambling." But I'm like, I don't agree with the demoting. I'm not gonna say this too long, but I just want your thoughts. I don't agree with the demoting part, but you gotta set it. You gotta just set some type of tone where if you gonna stay up all night, you can't do that if we have a 1 o'clock game. Like you
yeah,
have no, yeah, 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like 8 in the morning is
yeah.
insane. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care about you need a punishment, but the demoting part is insane. So who knows? It could have been probably worse than we know what's going on in our organization.
Mm-hmm.
But just real quick, how do you feel about that? Like and I don't care about the gambling. You just,
Yeah, it's really just I don't even know that they care about it all that much either. I
yeah.
mean, I know it's looked frowned upon to just gamble in general when you're
Mm-hmm.
in a professional athlete.
Yeah.
However, I will say, we've all done it. I don't know that I've spent 8 hours in a casino.
Yeah.
My boy in Discord was like, "Man, if he spent 8 hours in a casino, he must be losing a lot of money at that.
Yo,
If you're
right.
there
He
for
must have
eight
been on a
hours."
heater or he was really trying to get some money back. You know what
I
I'm
saw
saying?
one picture of him and it looked like he had lost. So I don't know. That's what I'm gonna go off of. But I
Like
mean, yeah, when you're out until 8 a.m. On a night before a game, especially a game that starts what 6 hours
and
later.
then you gotta get to the stadium before 1:20.
Yeah, exactly. You got to warm up. It makes you really a poor teammate. I don't know what it is that drew him to make that decision, but
Right. That's what
just maybe young and dumb. That's what I'm gonna
yeah,
chalk
yeah,
it up
yeah. No,
to.
seriously. No, that is. That's why I just wanted to know your input on it. I thought that shit was hilarious when I
Yeah,
saw
that
it. Like,
is goofy.
what the fuck? Now, on to our Bears, man. Our beloved damn Bears. It was so much that happened, man. It was just. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you start. I'm gonna let you
Um,
get your thoughts out. I'm gonna see how you feeling. And I purposely have not really said too much to you just so I can get your raw emotion. And mine is and mine as well.
yeah. Um, what I will say about the Bears is that there's been so much slander against the Bears, but more so Caleb Williams. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this: I Matt Eberflus, he is such a mixed bag for me. I know a lot
Yeah.
of people are either kind of really hating on him, or it's
Mm-hmm.
also you're just somewhere in between. And I think I fit in that somewhere in between. I know you mentioned that it's probably time for some change. I saw on social media earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's weird, right? Because I don't think he's done a horrible job, but at the
Mm-mm.
same time, I feel like he is never going to be a coach that I see in a Super Bowl unless he is a coordinator under, you know, a coaching genius like the
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reeds, the McVays, the Matt LaFleur's, just the Mike Tomlins. I mean, I don't know. I don't see him really being that guy that takes us to that next level. We mentioned, last week, seeing him on Hard Knocks, I was just like, man, I've seen Dan Campbell fire these guys up, Robert Saleh fire these guys up. Matt Eberflus is just so vanilla. He's so
Vanilla.
just no
So
character
vanilla.
whatsoever. Um,
Very.
and I look at Caleb. A lot of people had an issue with him throwing 52 times. I'd
What
like
do you
to
want me to
say,
do?
what are you going to do exactly? It's like when you look at him talking about, oh, he threw 52 times. Joe Burrow threw 61 times in his rookie season against the Cleveland Browns because their O line was shit. Joe Mixon couldn't run.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't able to get anything going. And when that's the case, you got to try to make something happen. That's how I view this last week is Caleb trying to make something happen.
He has
Well,
to.
when you're running back, and everyone's like, oh, well, you can't have him pass that much. The running back, DeAndre Swift, who we
I'm
paid
so glad
what,
you brought him
24
up.
millions? $24 million?
I'm glad you brought him up.
He 37 carries for what was it, 68 yards?
Yeah.
That is atrocious. You might not even be running back two coming into this week in my book. I was already calling for him to kind of,
You were.
a little bit less of him. I
You
think
were.
we will see maybe not significantly less, but it is definitely a timeshare with him. And I'd love to see Roshan. He looked a lot better than
Mm-hmm.
what Khalil Herbert was even offering us. And it's so weird. I don't know how this offensive line feels like it's regressed from last year. Like we were bad last year. A lot of people were calling for them. It feels like it's gotten worse. And I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I don't know how.
I definitely do think. I think we got better. I think we got better weapons, and we got worse on the O line. And DeAndre Swift. So when I went back, this is one thing I noticed, and I really wanted to pay attention to his carries and how they used them. Dog, he had 13 rushes, and 9 of them was up the middle. That's unacceptable. That's
Yeah.
unacceptable. You cannot run. You cannot run DeAndre Swift under a fucking in between tackles like he's goddamn it.
It seems like your audio's still can't hear you right now. No.